Good morning, welcome to Debbie's Back Porch. This is a very short video about making one very specific thing. I'm getting ready to make a etouffee, and I don't know about you, but I hate it when you have to buy a special spice for one dish. So I'm making my own Cajun seasoning. Here's the recipe. Please pause and write it down, but I'll go over the ingredients as we go. So I'm going to make this in the bottom of my little hand mixer, hand food processor bowl, just because I want to give it a good mix. Now I'm actually making half the recipe. The ingredients that I gave you are for a full recipe. And we start with salt. I'm using a half teaspoon measure here. So I'm using 1 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to add a teaspoonful of garlic powder, and you can use any kind of garlic powder you want, but it does need to be dry, not fresh garlic for this. You know, I don't want to buy Cajun seasoning because I don't make Cajun food that often, and spices tend to get old, so I would rather use up the spices that I have rather than buy something new. This way I have a fresher, quicker rotation of my spices. Now I'm going to add paprika. I'm adding 1 1/4 teaspoonful. And this is the sweet paprika, and it's really good. Adds a nice color, adds a nice flavor, and it is in any of the Cajun mixes you would buy that cost a pretty penny. Then you're going to add about a half a teaspoonful of black pepper. I bought this ground. You can ground your own. Then I'm adding half teaspoonful of cayenne, and you can use regular cayenne. I am using a pepper mixture that my friend Zach Ardania sent me, and this is my dried oregano that I dried out of my garden, and then some dried thyme. Now remember, I'm making half the recipe I showed you at the beginning. And this is some pepper flakes. I crushed up some pepper that Zach sent me, dried peppers. This is optional. You can use more or less or none. Depends on your tolerance for heat. Now I'm going to hook up my little hand blender here and give this a couple of swirls. You know, it's all dried spices, but it's in different sizes. Some of it was dried and some of it was powdered. So I just mix it to make it fairly uniform. You don't mix it a whole lot. And this small amount is kind of hard to mix, so I gave it a little shake. And when we get done, we're going to have enough for, I don't know, probably 2 Cajun dishes. The other, if you make a lot of Cajun, use the larger amounts. But this is going to be enough for 2 etouffees. Or an etouffee and a gumbo, which is probably what I'll make. So this is all there is to it. Save yourself a little money. Keep your spices in better rotation by using some of them up. And I'm just going to put a lid on this, keep it in this little jar, and use it as I need it. This might even be enough for 3. Depends on how hot you like it. Thank you for joining us on Debbie's Back Porch. If you make Cajun food, try this spice mixture. You're going to like it.